Intimate conversations and green tea. Tell me your dreams, I'm trying to get to know you. Searching for sunset, sailing the seven seas. Would you come see the mountains with me in California? I'll give you everything you ask for. I'm trying to color in your passport. Don't have to worry anymore. The type of heart I won't explore. I don't need a map for love. I don't need a compass to get back to you. I'll ride 100 trains, I'll fly 100 planes. Cause when I'm with you, girl, I'm dreaming wide awake. I finally open my eyes. I wanna bring you to life. Cause when I'm with you, girl, I'm dreaming wide awake. Dreaming wide awake. I finally open my mind. Cause when I'm with you, girl, I'm dreaming wide awake. Dreaming wide awake.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. Excited to have you guys with us right here on the Betting News Network for an all sauce team Thursday edition, because we got game one of the NBA Finals that we're going to be talking about with you guys. Excited to have you guys here. Brought to you by our sponsors at BetOnline. We got Vsauce in the house. We got Jessook in the house. We got NZ in the house, even though he just banged the shit out of his head. And my name is Sweatpants Jesus. Stoked to have you guys here in the chat. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out right here on the channel. Boys, game one in Oklahoma City tonight. We got the Thunder taking on the Pacers to get all ready to rock and roll for hopefully at least 5 to 6 to 7 games of this series. We're going to talk everything about game one with you guys tonight, everything that we're going to put together. We're going to cook an SGP for the game, as always, give you guys the vibes and the moves. And then we're also going to talk about the WNBA, a couple WNBA games tonight. NZ is with us to talk all about the dub and get you guys ready to rock and roll. But chat, how we living? Boys, happy Thursday. How we doing?
Dude, I'm feeling stupid. I didn't notice your hat in the studio. That is a dope hat, SPJ.
Thanks, man. Thank you. I appreciate you. I posted it on the timeline. Sook told me if I didn't wear it on the show that I'd be banned forever.
Yeah, I saw him text that. I didn't see the tweet, so and I still walked into the studio, completely forgot.
Mm-hmm.
This is you guys are getting a live look at what it's like being friends with V.
I thought NZ was the one that hit his head.
I see a pretty face, and I forget what I was gonna say. All right, it's not my fault. It gets me into trouble.
Appreciate you. Yeah, no, this hat is sick. I saw it on the. I got it. It was super cheap, and they got it delivered today, and I was like, I gotta wear it for the show. Gotta be the deal. Yeah, there we go. There you go, chat. It's very embroidered. It's very nice. It's super sick. I like it a lot. But NZ is still in shambles right now, man. Are you okay? What did you hit your head on?
Like my ceiling in my basement goes a little lower. I went down there to get my laptop, and I just came up too soon, I guess. I went straight to the floor, like straight back. I was like, I felt like somebody just fucking hit me with a train. Holy shit.
Oh my
Are you okay? Do you need a minute to maybe gather yourself and take 10 and then come back, and we're going to gab about some NBA news?
Yeah, I mean, I'll just sit here and listen.
Okay. Fair enough. You'd be like chat, basically, just on the screen with us.
Yeah, it's okay. It's a B storyline going on while we talk about if NZ is gonna pass out or not.
I know you. I've been there, NZ. Like, you're walking into the basement, and it's not even just like you hit your head on a giant freaking whatever. I don't even know. It's like a beam, and it just hurts so bad. Especially when you come up thinking that, hey, now I've made it through. I can stand up. The force you come up with, my head hurts just thinking about it.
Bro, you know how many times I've hit my fucking head? Like, on all types of shit.
You're like, poor baby hit his head. That's
this
my
guy's
life.
hitting his head on normal things.
Every time, every day. Not every day, but pretty consistently. It's nothing worse. Yeah. He's got the bag of peas on his head now. Is that a bag of peas?
Yeah. This is real be real right here. A little cartoon.
Oh, a little ice.
Bag of ice.
All right. Well, shout out NZ. Chat, thanks for stopping by and hanging out right here. It's a huge day today. Also, the timeline is going bananas right now. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world of sports. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world of politics. There's a lot of stuff going on all over the place right now. So the timeline is just chef's kiss right now. But we're glad you guys are kicking it with us. Yeah, B-Bird.
B-Bird.
B-Bird's done with it. Doesn't want to talk about it anymore. All righty. Suave. All right, we're going to talk about game one. We're going to finish off the show giving our plays in the Pacers and the Thunder game. We're going to get to the analysis of that at the end of the show for another hour with you guys. So stick around for that. We're going to give all of our plays. We're going to cook an SGP, hopefully one that smacks. We almost hit the puck at 4 yesterday for game one. Fucking Aaron Ekblad did not get the job done. But what a game that was last night between the Oilers and the Panthers. Shout out the Oilers for getting the job done in overtime, which I know Sook. That's unfortunate for you, big dog.
Can I just say, though, that was like, if you're a hockey fan, fuck it. If you're an Edmonton Oilers fan, that was lubrication for you. McDavid to Draisaitl, one-timer. Oh, my God.
That last goal was disgusting, too. Also, you saw, it was great, the replay, because you saw the goal, obviously, it was great. And, you know, the pass from McDavid to Draisaitl was incredible. They've done that 700,000 times. The cool thing was that pass from Corey Perry, that like behind the pack, little dump off to McDavid to get him in that spot was also chef's kiss, to the point where McDavid did not go straight to Draisaitl to celebrate. He turned around and pointed at Perry like, "You sly son of a bitch," because he knew how dope that was.
Yes, we talked about this on Monday, and I told you McDavid 2+ points. I took that on Monday minus 106. I took it for another unit yesterday. I was sweating that one out until the last 2 goals of that game, one coming in overtime. Bless his heart, McDavid came to play.
That saucer pass was fucked, bro. Just gets it right above the stick, kind of hits the stick a little, and I'm just like, oh my God.
It was incredible.
What real playoffs look like.
Sure. I swear to Chad, I just want to say that if the Thunder win by like 25 points tonight, Inzi is not allowed on another final show because he's probably not going to want to talk about the NBA finals.
That was going to be my one comment, was like, if every game is like a 20, 30 point freaking difference, man, come on, give us something to watch. You know what I mean? Give us some competition.
Well, we do have a 9.5 point spread tonight, so there is the possibility, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. There was somebody in the chat that brought up a comment that I wanted to. Oh, all right. Before we jump into talking some NBA news, and before we jump into then talking some WNBA, per request of the chat, because we like to kind of keep you guys happy, and also to make V feel good about himself for just a couple seconds. Let's get your diamond plays out of the way for the kids, because you have been on fire. The cheat sheets have been cooking. Hope you guys have been tapping in with V's article and betting news as always, and also the cheat sheets. They want to get the plays. What are the moves on the diamond?
So most of the stuff I've taken has kind of already gone up, but I got one more play. It's in the late slate here. One of James Wood, over 1.5 total bases. Get that at plus 100. I have sprinkled him to get a yak too. It's a tough spot, but the weather and the conditions in Washington are fantastic. Winds blowing out towards left field, and he's getting Colin Rea on the mound. They're going with an opener for the first inning, but Rea will see a majority of the work tonight. He has struggled against left-handed batters this season, allowing them to bat .324, with 5 of the 8 home runs he's allowed on the season coming to left-handed batters. Wood doesn't have the most experience against Rea. He's 0 for 2 in 2 career at-bats, but he's having kind of an insane season this year. A little bit of a coming-out party for the young lefty. I think tonight at home in Washington, he's been fantastic. His batting average jumps up. His home runs jump up, and his slugging percentage jumps up. So James Wood, over 1.5 total bases, and that's the last play on the diamond. And we'll have some NBA, though, boys. I'm excited for that.
All right, now. There you go. Yeah, some MLB. Yeah, Sook is not ready for this chat, but you guys are, because he's been cooking. So
I feel like he's cheating on me.
Hey, the NBA hasn't been here for like a week. I was down bad.
I'm glad you're hot though. That means V is quite the betting analyst.
Thank you, boys.
It's like he does it for possibly a living in this. No, we've talked it up so much. Don't tail the next couple plays because he's bound to miss some.
Absolutely, honestly, yeah. I did 3 of 3 today. The 4th one's definitely missing. So James Wood, take the under. Just kidding.
Also, when you smack a couple more home run bets, we can get you a new modem. Because I don't know what's been going on with your Wi-Fi the last 4 or 5 shows.
Honestly, it's the fact that I live in like the boonies. That's what it is. Some days it's good, some days it's bad. Like Tuesday, no power for just 7 hours. I know Chat gonna laugh at me, but I have a letter to prove it that says power outage at a time. I texted this to Sook. Sook's like, ha ha ha, America.
Sure.
Dude, come home.
California especially.
Come home.
California especially.
Brother. Oh my God. Don't get me excited.
You're supposed to come home next week.
Next week.
Oh. Yeah, he already just dropped what he had. It's James Wood bases. That's the vibes from V. That's the last kind of plays on the diamond. Then we're going to talk about all the plays in the NBA a little bit. But what we're going to do is we're going to talk about a few pieces of news in the puts Inzi in a good spot because he probably doesn't have a whole bunch of stuff. First thing, this popped up yesterday. Adam Silver kind of mentioned this. We talked about this about 6 or 7 months ago. But it's looking like that next year in the All-Star game for the NBA All-Star game, it will be the World versus USA, some sort of iteration, which would be pretty dope. He didn't exactly say how it's going to work, like if it's going to be specifically this or if it's going to be some sort of other way around it. But we won't have to spend a lot of time on it because we already talked about it on a show again like 6 months ago. But this is dope, right?
It's dope, but I got thoughts. Like, this game is going to go one way, and I'm pretty sure the graphic kind of tells you the way it's going to go. You got one guy who doesn't have an Achilles and 3 old men on one side, and then you've got the MVPs of the last few years and Luka Doncic, who's everybody's favorite player, on the other side. So I'm excited to see this happen, and just the shit that I'm talking, because I'm Canadian and I'm on the world side, that's what's going to inspire the other players on the USA team, not shown on the graphic, to really come out and play a competitive game. But I'm with KD too. Like, we saw that tweet that just went out where Stephen A was like, if this doesn't work, they're going to cancel the All-Star game. And KD just retweeted and was like, dramatic. I think that's the same thing here. They just change up the format every year. Who gives a shit? But excited to see it.
Question for you, so how's it gonna work? Are they just gonna like split the pool of all stars elected into World and then USA, or are we gonna see guys like Bojan Bogdanovic in the All-Star game next year?
We've seen guys get crazy votes. We've seen it in hockey too. We've seen fighters get into the All-Star game.
Sabonis making his first All-Star game.
Yeah, Boner's getting in there for sure. But it's gonna be insane because, like we just talked, like you said, V, like a lot of these internationals teams, they're gonna have a lot of their votes heavily skewed.
I'm excited though. I think it's gonna be a good product, and I do think if it goes the way that you think it does, Sook, with the world winning this one, it's gonna make for good like game 2 the next year and the next year after that. It's making more
Americans, do you think that your side gets clapped or not?
Absolutely. There's no way that I don't see a way that. Yeah, probably. But I think that what they have to,
like your side, I am world.
I am world. Me world. Me half world man. No, I think that it's what they need to make sure, because the product will be great. Like, it'll be a fun game. But what they need to add is they need to add some sort of incentive for winning the game. Like, they need to add it as in, like, I don't know how they would do it if you get like a specific amount of points or something, or if you get something for the playoffs or whatever it is, and then the captain of whichever team would win gets to decide what they want to do, or I don't know, something. They need to incentivize it somehow, because otherwise, if it's not incentivized, then it's just these dudes playing against each other again. Which, yeah, sure, it'll be fun, but like,
I think the incentive is built in, SPJ, because look at chat, look at what you're saying, look what we're all saying, that the Team USA has the incentive. And sometimes the strongest incentive is when you give it to just a small group of people. It's not to everybody. It's just, hey, Team USA, everybody thinks you're going to get cooked. We don't need a money on the line. We just need you guys to fucking prove that the NBA is still the premier league, because I still think that like EuroLeague is better than NCAA. That's why you're seeing all these guys that are like MVPs in Euro come over and dominate. So you're losing the game of basketball. I think the incentive is definitely built in a little.
They make enough money. They can incentivize them some other way. Draft picks. I don't know. They got to figure something out. Motherfuckers make $50 million a year. I think throwing them another $1 million isn't really going to incentivize them too much.
Doesn't the World Series do something like baseball, like the All-Star game winner is at home or some shit?
Yeah, you get home field advantage in the World Series. Is the way that they did it. I don't know if they did that last year. They did it 2 years ago. I'm pretty sure they did it last year too. That the winner of the All-Star game gets home field advantage for the World Series.
You get like $1 million if you win the home run derby too, I think.
I think most of them donate it to charity, but yeah,
true.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, I know this is a hoop show, but there was some big news that happened in the NFL. We're going to talk about that for just a second, and then we're going to jump to talking about the WNBA, and then we're going to finish off and talk about the NBA Finals. Chad, drop a dub if you guys are having a fantastic Thursday out there. Vibes are high. The NBA Finals. If you guys are really, really nice today too, I'm talking nicey, we might play back the game later, maybe. But you guys got to be really nicey. All right. As you guys saw, probably breaking news, Aaron Rodgers has made his decision. He will be a Pittsburgh Steeler next year. He's going to sign a one-year deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers to most likely be their number QB1. Sook wrote about this at Betting News if you guys want to go peep a little bit more of the analysis. But what do you guys think about this? NZ made a point that that he kind of looked at it from at the depth chart perspective and kind of viewed it as similar to when he joined the Jets. You want to talk about that? Chat, what do you guys think about this?
I mean, I saw one of those graphics where it was like laying out who his wideouts were and Metcalf and his running back and stuff. And I was like, I feel like I'm looking at this from 2 years ago when it was Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall and, oh my God, look at this lineup. And it was just like, so I don't know. I mean, like you and I were talking about, though, they have a real coach versus the Jets who did not have a real, didn't have a seasoned veteran coach. So that could make the world of a difference.
I mean, the Steelers have been – Mike Tomlin has dragged this team to the playoffs / being relevant, being over 500 for the last 4 or 5 seasons with very subpar, if not terrible, quarterback play. And Aaron Rodgers is a lot of things, and he hasn't been spectacular over the last couple of seasons, but he's pretty good when he's healthy. So, I mean, Metcalf, you got a nice running back core there, decent offensive line, good defense, TJ Watt, etc. So, I mean – I don't hate it. I think it could be fun. I don't know if it's going to be good or not, but I think it could be interesting for sure.
I think the most interesting thing is, like you're saying, the coaching staff there is elite. Yes, the defensive side of the ball is aging, but they're still considered elite. You still over 500 every year. And Aaron Rodgers, we got to say, he's definitely going to be an upgrade over Russell Wilson. He still finished top 10 in passing yards. He had his lowest QB rating of his career when playing a complete season, but Aaron Rodgers still showed that throwing 28 touchdowns and 11 interceptions, he's still a serviceable quarterback. I know that we're saying that he's old coming off an Achilles tear, but we've seen it with Young and Brady and post 40. It's doable in the NFL. And this guy talks about being like anti-vax or whatever he is, but I really believe even if he's stupid in some areas, he is serious about the game of football. And sometimes he miscalculates and translates his expertise into other parts of his life. But I think when it comes down to football, this guy's got it together. And I think that with DK there, and I know the running room changed a little bit, but I think that's a good offense. Patty is going to blow up again. He had a breakout season last year. I think this is a great signing just for football fans in general, because that whole division is fucking stacked. And it's going to be dope to see every fucking game, every fucking snap is going to matter.
Yeah, I kind of like, for me, it all rides on Aaron Rodgers, right? Mike Tomlin is good enough to get you there, like a fucking shitty QB to 8-8 and into the postseason somehow, or 9-8, whatever the fuck it works out to. But it's on Aaron Rodgers. You're gonna come into a spot that has weapons, that has a built-in elite defense, that has a defensive player like TJ Watt, a coach that is seasoned, and you got a running back in the backfield. You've got wide receivers and a fantastic tight end in Pat Freiermuth. It's all on you at this point, A-Rod. And all I got to say is Jordan Love in Steeltown, October 26th. We're taking his lunch.
Well, he plays the Jets first, boys.
Week one. I'd say week one, it writes itself. I mean, Roger Goodell's splooging right now. He's got week 1 against the Jets in MetLife, and then you've got week 8, as you mentioned, be on Sunday Night Football against the Packers, which again the narratives write themselves. Just
someone let Joy Taylor know that he finally signed, though. Now she can complain about him not showing up to OTA.
Yeah. Hey man, she looks really smart now. She was just seeing the future. So
I mean, everybody knew he was going there, but the way that she went crazy. Yeah. Anyways, moving on.
It's the starter for the Jets
as of right now.
Who?
So another piece of narrative, right? Because he only played a year there. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it matters. Chad, I just got some breaking news. FS1 now has a new show. It's not That So Raven anymore. It's That So Joy. Just throwing that out there for you guys. All right. That was it for the little bit of news for you guys. Let's jump into the plays, and we're going to finish off talking about game one in the NBA Finals. Let's start with the WNBA today. 2 games in the dub. Inzi, I wanted to bring up this fun fact for you. If you had to guess, Chad, help us out here. If you had to guess, what is the team that has the highest attendance in the WNBA so far to start the season? Which team in the WNBA has the highest attendance so far to start the season?
I want to
Dallas Wings.
Yeah, you're in my head, Sauce. That was my first guess. Was in my head was Dallas, but
The Dallas Wings.
the obvious answer is Indiana, but I don't think that's just too.
I was gonna guess the Mystics.
Okay, so Mystics. That's a good guess, Chat.
I think I got to
Mystics.
agree with that one.
Liberty.
Washington?
Mystics. You got Liberty. You got but Atlanta. Okay, lots of different guesses. Somebody got it in the chat.
Wow,
Oh, let's go.
cool.
The new
Love to see
franchise.
that.
The Valkyries are so far leading in attendance. Obviously, the Fever in second, close second. Third place is the best team in the entire dub, and then New York Liberty, and then it drops off to the Sparks and then the Aces. But good job to the Golden State Valkyries, man. New franchise. People are getting up to watch this team. Love to see it. Good guesses in the chat, too. A couple people got it. Let's go.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
You know what's super dope
Yeah.
too? I was in a bar the other day, and it was the day that we bet Aaliyah Boston, and I was in that bar, and it was a Mexican bar, and they had the WNBA game on, and I looked at my wife, and I was like, you know, this is actually super dope, and everybody was watching. It seemed like the guys at the bar had wagers on it. But also fuck Aaliyah Boston. Wow, 8 points in the second quarter. I have to drop that one in there too. I walked out of that bar thinking that was the easiest bet I had made so far in the WNBA, and it missed by a mile.
Oh my god!
And then she shit the bed. But anyway, I just thought it was cool to show that, since we're actually going to talk about the Valkyries since they play tonight. But we'll start off with the first game on the card. You have, and again, we'll spend some time talking about both of these games, and then we'll jump into the finals. The Liberty taking on the Mystics. The Mystics are at home here. Pretty big spread towards the Liberty, obviously, as I mentioned. Best team in basketball right now. 13.5 is the spread for this game. Over-under set at 159.5. Before I get Inzi's thoughts on this, just want to throw this out there. I twisted Inzi's arm to bet this with me last night. And chat, I'm going to twist your arm to bet it with me right now. The talented Rook. Lock it in with this, chat. Kiki Iriafen. Rookie of the year. You can get plus 900 here at various different markets. Go shop around and find the best market. Now, Paige Beckers is minus 900, and she has obviously been out for the last few games. Kiki Iriafen won the Rookie of the Month for the first month of the WNBA season. Fun fact for you, chat, the last 5 winners of Rookie of the Month to start off the WNBA season have won the Rookie of the Year. So great value you're getting on this. Inzi and I gabbed about it a little bit too. Like I said, I twisted his arm for the value. Honestly, man, when I found, because we've enjoyed betting her, we're going to talk about her in a second in this specific game.
Again.
I already did. Yeah, we're going to bet her again for sure. No, but when in this specific situation, but she's had 8 straight double-digit games in a row, and for only the first rookie to do that since Asia Wilson, who's pretty good. And she's been really good on the glass, obviously. And I watching her interview, or watching what happened when she received the news that she was the WNBA Rookie of the Month, she was very surprised, which I thought was cool to see. And she even speeched, and she was like, "Well, hey, can you all just keep passing me the ball? Great, okay, sweet. Let's keep winning." Now, I think the values I thought it was going to be plus 500 or plus 400, to be very honest with you. The fact that Paige Beckers is a minus 900 favorite is a little bit shocking to me. I think this line could end up in the next 6 weeks in the plus 2 or 300 range if she keeps playing really well, and if Beckers maybe ends up missing some more time. So
She's
a little bit of a
tomorrow already. She was already ruled out for tomorrow.
There you go. See, so great value. I think you're getting on this, chat. Inzi and I locked this in. If you want to write it out with us for the rest of the season, a little sweat, but now we can talk about her in this game against the Liberty. Inzi, I'll let you take it away first. What do you like in this game? Should we talk about Kiki first?
Yeah, we can. Definitely got to go back to her PR. It's over 20.5. Getting, what do we say, minus 106 for it. Sorry, I'm unprepared today. I got to swipe through my notes here. But she's hit it.
You still seeing straight, or you
Well,
good?
kind of. I'm a little fucked
Do you
up.
see 1 sook, 2 sook, 3 sook, 4?
That fucked me up. She's coming off a game where she had 29 PR. She's hit it in 5 out of her 6 last games. Like SPJ was saying, that value behind her, the plus 900 right now for the Rookie of the Year. There's a huge spread there between her and Paige. There's a lot of time to play, and I think one of the key things with Rookie of the Year is how you carry your team, and she is most definitely carrying that team right now. They are playing very well. I know they're only 3-4; they're not like fantastic, but this is a team that probably most people thought would be 1-6. So Paige, unfortunately, in the games that she has played, didn't produce W's. They won, I think, only one game, if I'm not mistaken. They're 1-7. So that's a big piece of it, in my opinion, if I'm voting at least. So that plus 900, like SPJ said, is definitely going to come down. So, but Kiki, man, she loves us. That's all I can say. And she keeps Kiki, do you love me? We'll play that. We'll play it eventually. But she hit this number against the Liberty last week. They did get waxed by them last week. So I don't know. I have a partial gut feeling to go with the Mystics plus 13.5. And the only reason I say that is because the Liberty played the Valkyries back-to-back, or it was maybe a game in between. And Liberty to completely just wipe them up in the first game. They beat them by, I think, almost 30 points. It was an 18-point spread again when they played again, and I think they won by like 5 points. So I feel a little bit of the same coming back around. Second game against the same team, big spread. Washington, again, looks pretty well. If Kiki can play the way she's been playing. I also like Brittany Sykes to get over 18.5 points. It's minus 113. She's had 20, and I think it was 6 out of her 7 games this year, 20+. She had 20 in the game versus them last week. I like both of those plays a lot. I'm looking at Austin's comment right there and been a little hesitant on the Liberty players. Jonquel Jones has been playing very well. She's definitely somebody a little bit more confident to bet on. Sabrina, her threes have been very good. But her and like Stewie have been kind of going back and forth on who's putting up a 25-point game and who's putting up 10 points. And it's hard to bet on those props like that. You know, it's easier to read a game that way, but it's really hard, especially when we're betting on really 10 players in a game. It's not as many. It's not as deep as it is in maybe the NBA where there's so many more players and role players. So you gotta have to be careful because you can get burned real quick. So that's what my thoughts on the first game.
I got another play kind of on that note you mentioned, because I feel the same way. The Liberty are kind of tough to cap. Great team, obviously 7-0 right now. First time in franchise history to start 7-0, and they've just been destroying teams. Obviously, they won by 50 piece as well. But I think that the Mystics stick around and keep this within the 13.5, which is why I really like this bet. Like you mentioned, hard to kind of be on the right side of Breanna Stewart if you want to take her points or rebounds or her assist or her PRA, but she's been kind of a roller coaster in that regard. I'm taking her assist. I got the plus money here at over 3.5 assists. Obviously, one of the better facilitating big ladies in the dub. She's had 5, 7, and 4 in her last 3 games, and that 7 piece was against this Mystics team. So I think we're going to see something similar again. Sabrina's also kind of in form right now, shooting the basketball, like you mentioned, with her threes. So I really like Stewie over 3.5 assists. You can also take her RA if you'd like at 9.5. She's not been rebounding as much as we've seen from her in the past. Jonquel Jones has been really hitting the boards hard for this team. So I really like the assists. You can take the RA if you don't want to take the assist straight up, but I like the plus money at the 3.5, and I think it's a nice ladder spot up to 5 or even 6 if you want. So
yeah, I like that.
Yep. Let's go. So, you got any thoughts on this game?
No, I did not lab the WNBA at all. I'm 3-6, and I'm pissed off.
Okay, fair enough.
Fair enough.
Word.
If you guys are wondering what I was doing, I was just taking notes as you guys keep, trying to get into it, man.
Okay.
Trying to get into it.
Amen. You're getting there.
And NZ only puts out so many scribbles, you know what I mean? So I got to get it while it's hot.
So. NZ scribbles are hot.
Yeah, they are. Speaking of NZ scribbles, NZ scribbled about this game chat at bettingnews.com. You guys can go peep those. I'm sure you saw them earlier this morning. But those Valkyries we just mentioned with the best attendance in the entire WNBA, traveling to Phoenix, though, to take on another team that we've talked about quite a bit on the program in the Phoenix Mercury. Should be a good game between these two teams. 5.5-point favorites are the Mercury here against this Valkyrie squad coming in. I'm going to lead us off and just say, don't have any beans on it quite yet, but nothing wrong with taking Satu again. She had a pretty bad game against the Lynx last game when we all were kind of on her. She ended only playing 27 minutes, but she still took 15-plus shots. She is the best offensive player for this Mercury team. Valkyrie is not really spectacular defensively. Still no Alyssa Thomas in the lineup. Probably not going to end up getting over the line and betting her points. at 22.5, but I don't hate it. I think it's a great spot. She should definitely get 25 plus in this game, in this matchup, with how many shots she's going to take. So don't have any beans on it right now, but I really like the spot for Satu. I'll probably end up betting it as I get closer to it, as I love betting Satu Sabali. So
yeah, love it. She's in my scribbles. I like her PR personally. She's had 8-9 rebounds and I think 3 of her last 3 games each. So I think the line I got last night was 29.5. I just looked, it's at 31.5. I agree with SPJ. She's going to be shooting the ball. She has to shoot the ball. There's really nobody else to shoot the ball. The line's 5.5. I get why it's 5.5 because they're missing those 2 players in Kaylee Copper and Alyssa Thomas. But I think they cover that. Back at home, they came up. They were 3-1 going into the game against the Lynx last game, and they just got the break speed off of them. So they're due for a good bounce back game. They're playing very well at home, back in front of the home crowd. So I see them cooking tonight. I think that they cover the 6 points comfortably. I think they probably win by 10. But Valkyries were a little sneaky last time. I thought that the Liberty were going to lay another beating on them, but I think the Mercury can take this one though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The PR was something I was also looking at for Sabali. She's been great on the glass. Her double-doubles plus 132, a nice plus money sprinkle there. Yeah, you convinced me. All right, I'm going to bet her points.
It's tough to bet on the Valkyries right now. Even this many games in, you would think that there would be 1 or 2 players that at least we could target, take a look at. They have 3 players all averaging 12 points a game. So, and that's their top scorers. So it's tough to really kind of go in on anybody too confidently, at least. And I mean, I hate to say it, which it's kind of strange. Usually when they put franchise teams together, they at least get 1 or 2, notable people. And this team didn't get anybody, like they didn't really get any real established player to lead this team. I'm not trying to be rude to them, but they're a bunch of no-name people who are making a name for themselves right now. So it's something to keep an eye on. Tough to bet, but give me the Mercury minus 5.5. Yeah, I have one. B-Bird, even though you made fun of me, I saw your fucking comment here, you fucker. I wouldn't say. I don't know how I feel about cashing out. I mean, what do you think, SPJ? I hate to tell him to cash out, but it is a lot of points. He's saying that he got Liberty at 11.5 instead of the 13.5, but now he's starting to lean to get his money back and maybe take 13.5 for the Mystics.
Oh, well, what you could do is maybe do a half unit on the 13.5 or plus 13.5, and then if they Liberty win by 12, then you win both bets. You can kind of hit the middle. That's a fun way to try to do that as well if you'd like.
Sweat. Yeah, that's a little sweat.
Yeah, you can cash out anyway. Try to middle it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just try to middle it if you can.
There you go.
For some fun. Yeah.
Sure,
I was just gonna bring. Yeah, it's just janky today. I was just going to bring this up.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man. I got a big head, chat, and it gets used maybe 10% of the time. So
and he only hits it sometimes, not all the time.
Every once in a while. It only used 10% of the time, and then it's like 60% of the time in that 10%, so it's like 6%. I was just going to bring. I know, me too. I was just going to bring this up, actually. I really like this play. I played it last game in a little lotto I put together. Her line is 9.5, and she's crushed that in 4 of her last 5 games. She's coming off a 21-point game. This is Veronica Burton. She's a guard for the Valkyries. You can also take her PRA. Her RA is hitting 3 straight games at 17.5. I like that PRA line. She's been shooting a lot. The Mercury are pretty good defensively, so that would be my only kind of concern. But the 9.5 points just feels very comfortable. So I like that play a lot.
She's one of the players averaging 12.
Mm-hmm. I think that the 9.5 is crazy. Her line for the last game was 7.5. It's crazy.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
I flipped you off, so we're even. It's all good.
Let's go, Biebert. I'm glad you're here, Biebert. Thanks for stopping by. Talking the Dove. Let's
give us a follow. There's scribbles, there's plays, there's cards, there's all sorts of stuff.
NZ only swears at people he loves, by the way.
That's true. My wife hasn't figured that out yet, but eventually she will.
One day.
Bruh.
She watching?
Man, you're the best. You're the best.
Hey, Biebert, for real, give us a follow here on Twitch if you haven't already. I'm going to move past you so you don't get divorced. Biebert, give us a follow right here on Twitch if you haven't already. Thanks for stopping by and finding NZ, obviously, for the WNBA fun. But we have fun on this channel every single day, talking sports and vibing out with you. So glad you're here. Appreciate you. All right. Anything else you want to mention? Do we want to have a little fun and cook like a little tiny SGP or something, or a little parlay for the dub that we can write out and have 2 parlays for the day, since we're going to finish off the show talking about the finals?
Should we take a spread in each basketball game? So 3 spreads.
I kind of like the props a little better today.
Okay, let's go
Like
props.
the side, but
Let's go props then.
Yeah, I think we should do 2 separate ones though, just in case, because you got the finals game, and like the last thing you want is a fucking WNBA play to fucking blow that,
or if
know
you
what
know or if the NBA gets fucking whacked, and then
Well, you know what? I just you know what I'm saying.
Blame
Like,
the ladies right away, NZ.
I'm saying it's the finals. I know you guys are more honed in on the finals. I mean, it's the finals. That's all.
More honed in. We're honed in. We'll see if we get a blowout. I hope both teams are honed in. Pacers on the road, please do not lose by 10. Come on, give us a good game. Give us a good game.
Yeah, for real.
V, did you read my series preview? The Pacers as road dogs are the best road dog in the NBA. I almost called it WNBA in the NBA.
Talk to them. So tell the chat if they haven't peeped your scribbles yet. Talk to them about it. Or should we jump into it? We got more.
No.
Hang on.
cook
Let's cook
WNBA.
first.
Yeah. Sorry.
Let's cook.
We
first.
got excited.
Yeah, relax. Jeez, hold your fucking water, boys. Jesus Christ. Look at these guys. They're foaming at the mouth. Talk NBA. Goodness gracious. All right. I think you like Satu. I like Satu. I feel like we can go down with that ship, eh?
Mm-hmm.
For Satu.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
PR or points or what? What are we thinking?
And I think the PR has gotten a little hefty at the 31.5. I kind of like the points a little better at 22.5. You down for that?
Her points at 20. Sorry, my brain's still processing. Yeah, that's good.
Chat, this show is broken today. These guys have just everybody's taking a brain vacay. All of it, me and myself included.
It's Friday, Junior.
At first,
I'm going to a rave after this, boys.
Jesus Christ.
All right, Satu Sabali over 22.5 points. Leg number 1. Do you like that? Do you like the Burton play? The points?
Yeah, I could get behind 10 points. Somebody's got to score on that goddamn team.
Okay, so Burton for 10.
Oh, her line is 10. Okay.
Yeah, and then from the Liberty Mystics game, should we ride with Kiki?
I'm thinking Kiki and Sykes. Sykes. I don't know how to say it. Sorry.
Sykes. You don't want to take any Liberty player?
Let me see. Hold on. I just want to check one thing.
What do you like, Sook? I know you didn't lab it, but just from us talking about it.
Oof. I don't know. I honestly, in chat, who was it that had the Burton plays? Yo boy Skeet. That's good too. He's always sharp on WNBA.
We have that in here. Yep.
Sabrina threes looks nice. I mean, she's had 4, 4, and 6 in her last 3 games. She had 4 in the game they played last week as well. The volume is more than there. 6, 11, and 15 attempts. She had 11 attempts in the game versus Washington last week. If we want to take a Liberty player, I'm just kind of looking at.
I'm not opposed to. We could do Stewie's RA or the assist like I talked about, but I'm not opposed to taking Sykes. I know you've got a good read on her. She's been good.
I like Stewie's RA because I like her boards in this one too.
I can get down with it. Are you down with that, NC?
The RA.
I just wanted to look at the number. It's 9.5.
9.5.
Yeah, I'm just not familiar with the way she's been playing. Oh, her numbers look all right.
She just out 7.
She has very good numbers against Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great numbers against Washington. A lot of those are last year, though, completely different team. But
Kiki's awesome, but she's still young, and this Liberty team is very good.
Yeah. Well, if we do Sabali, 23, Burton 10 points, Brianna Stewart 10 RA, and then Kiki over 20.5 PR, that's plus 1,000.
That's good.
I feel like that does the job.
Okay, I'm in.
Yeah? Should we leave it? All right, let's rock and roll. So there you go, chat. There's a WNBA play. That one's not going to get posted on the timeline. That's just for you guys for tuning in. Let's rumble in the jungle. One more time. Kiki Iriafen over 20.5 PR. Brianna Stewart over 9.5 RA. Satu Sabali over 22.5 points. And then Veronica Burton, 10 plus points, plus 1,000-ish, depending on where you shop. Let's go.
Sorry, what was the number again? Just so I can
Plus
put
1,000.
there. Plus 1,000.
Plus 1,000. Thanks, Magic Man. Thank you. Appreciate you, big dog. $12, chat. It's funny what $12 can buy you these days. I know, right? Bing, there it is in the from producer Sook. There it is. You guys want to write it out with us? Feel free to do so. Go peep NZ Scribbles as well before that Valkyrie game starts later today. All right, guys. Any more dub to mention before we jump to the finals?
No, I think that's sufficient.
Okay. Now you guys can get excited. All right. Game 1 of the NBA Finals is upon us. Excited to talk about everything. As producer Sook said, go peep his scribbles for kind of a preview of the entire series. We'll kind of set that up with you guys. I'll bring up the lines and the odds for Game 1 while you're talking about this. What are some things, there's some trends that stood out to you before we kind of jump into talking about this game?
All right, I'll talk about the most interesting trend here. The Pacers, yeah, they lost both regular season matchups to the Thunder. Chet didn't play in either of those games either. So this is going to look very different. Plus, the last matchup was in March. So the Pacers have been getting better and better and better. So the Pacers don't have a lot going for them in this series to build confidence on, like when you look at it on paper. But they were 21-10 against the West. Makes no sense. That's the better conference. They were 29-22 inside of their own conference. Moreover, the Pacers were actually 17-12 straight up as away underdogs this season, and they were 18-11 against the spread as away underdogs. That's a fucking insane stat, boys. But we have to keep in mind here, the Thunder were 29-1 against the East. So this series is the unstoppable force versus the immovable object. The Thunder have forced so many turnovers that it's flabbergasting. But the Pacers play at such a fast pace, but they were third in turnover percentage this season. Insane stats. Both these teams, it might feel like this is a 4 seed versus a 1 seed, but we saw what this 4 seed did to the Celtics, did to the Knicks, did to da-da-da-da-da. They're a very, very good basketball team, and that's why in this game, and SPJ, thank you for bringing that up. If you go look at the stats, boys, the Cavs are still top 3 in all offensive statistics, and they still got outed by the Pacers. That's because if you play their fucking game, you're going to get destroyed by them. I don't know why, but no matter what, if you play Pacer basketball and you're not wearing blue and gold, you're in trouble. And what SPJ just said, the Cavs tried and failed. So my play in this game is Pacers to cover plus 9.5. I'm backing this hot team while they're there. The Thunder are very good. 68 wins is something. It's a lot. They have the MVP, but they're still very young. 48 minutes of Pacer basketball is going to be tough. I don't know if they're going to win this basketball game. I think they have a chance at it, but that's why I'm taking that plus 9.5.
I love it. So that gets me so fucking breaked up because I think the series is going to be a good one. And I think that everybody has their OKC 2025 NBA championship hats a little bit out too soon. This team has been very fucking good. They've not only handled business, but they have done so in each series in 5 games. They beat the Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo, in 5 games. They beat the 64-win Cavaliers, Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, the DPOY in 5 games. And then they beat the Knicks, NZ, in 5 games. I wanted to add emphasis on that one. But it's been an insane series.
It was in six games.
It was in
6 games. Sorry, 6 games. They're good.
Learn to count, you stupid Boston fan.
Fuck the Knicks. Fuck the Knicks. It might as well have been 5 games. But this Pacers team has been fantastic, and it's because of their leader, Tyrese Halliburton. I'll talk more about him, but SPJ, I'm with Sook on this one. I like the 9.5. I think they keep it within double digits for sure. And we've seen this team is never out of a game. So I would not be surprised if they all came in with the mentality that, hey, we aren't 9.5-point underdogs in this game. Let's go out there and let's take game 1.
Well, SPJ has got a great point about kind of on the other side and the Thunder being scary.
So I'm also an unfortunate panel moment, although NZ might be able to save us here. I'm also on the Pacers plus 9.5. I talked about it way early this week. I locked it in earlier this week. The line didn't end up moving. I thought maybe it would get to 8.5 or something like that. It kind of touched 9 for a second. It's still up at 9.5. But I said to Sook, and I texted you guys this earlier today, here's my thought in this game. Either you feel good about taking the Pacers plus 9.5, or on the other side of things, you take the Thunder minus 20, because I feel like either the Pacers cover and this game stays relatively close, or maybe the Pacers lose outright, or maybe the Pacers win outright, or the Thunder are going to just absolutely wax them in game one.
Punch them in the mouth.
That's kind of my thinking in this game. I feel like if the Pacers can play their tempo and make their shots and the Thunder are kind of keeping up with what the Pacers want to do, then the Pacers can probably cover and maybe steal one at home or on the road, excuse me. But we know how good this Thunder team is, especially at home. They've been great all season long. Their shooting percentages go up at home. The way that they play, all of their offensive role players as well shoot better at home. So I could see this environment being raucous. SGA has also cooked the Pacers in the 2 matchups that they've had this season as well. I'll talk about him in just a minute, but there's no thing. I would not be shocked whatsoever in my mind if we after we end up watching this game, the Thunder win this by 20 plus. So I'm taking this more of just kind of looking at it from a stats perspective, and I think the Pacers do hang around in this entire series, and I think the Pacers hang around in game one. But on Chad, if you're on the other side of it, I think you can feel very comfortable just laddering the Thunder all the way up to 25, because I could very much so see that being the result in game one here too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
NZ?
What did I hear that OKC's 29-1 against the Eastern Conference this year or something like that?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Holy shit. What a stat. But this is the finals. It's a new season at this rate. Playoffs equals new season. They got to get 12 wins against no Eastern Conference teams to get where they're at right now. So I side OKC personally. Halliburton's that guy who sits in the group project and does nothing and gets credit for it. So, he has proved nothing. He's proved nothing to me other than he's going to really regret. He's going to regret doing this when they get swept. So
Come on,
he's going to become the meme of 2025.
And you're going to make me defend this guy like I defend JT. Come on, the series he just had. He attributed to everything. He was the motor. He in assists, in points, in clutch shots, in clutch time, in free throws.
Just to ask you earlier, you told me the Knicks lost the series, so he didn't win it. That means
no. What? Come on, NZ. He honestly, they would have beat the Celtics. It didn't matter who came out of that first series before. They were on a different plane than everybody else in the Eastern Conference this year, and a few people. This guy right here saw it coming because of how good they've been, but honestly, not even myself. Until they kind of won those first 2 games against the Bucks, I was like, "Holy fuck, this team is not."
The day I knew I was onto something was when Chef was like, "Dude, the Pacers don't turn the fucking ball over," and Chef is like Rain Man with numbers. So when he's picking up on something, you're on the right track too.
Where does OKC rank in these offensive and defensive efficiencies that the Pacers were number 1?
Right behind them. Right behind them.
They are
right them with everything. And that's the one thing that's interesting in this series too. I'm going to talk about something really nerdy and weird right now. So the distance in miles traveled by Pacers players is the number 1 in the postseason. They run the most. They actually average the highest speed as well. If you're going to look at straight numbers and look like OKC is the best fast breaking team in basketball, they still don't move around the court or travel as many miles at the average speed that the Indiana Pacers players do.
So you're saying the Pacers have pace? Just
lots of
pace.
Nice.
Thanks.
That's one of those weird stats that made me take the Pacers 9.5. We talked about this before. It's not a team that you can emulate in practice because of their complicated DHO sets that they have in motion in half court, and it's very hard to plan and game plan. You can watch all the tape you want, but it's different when Pascal Siakam and Tyrese Halliburton are jumping down your throat for 48 minutes.
All right.
Pause.
Now. All right. Now. All right. Let's go ahead, Izzy.
No, I guess I was going to say, doesn't OKC outsize them a little bit? Or is that really just Chet? Is that really just Chet is really the only big guy?
No, I love iHeart's rebounds in the series and his rebounds and assists. Pacers are actually 25th to rebounds allowed to the center position, and we kind of saw how Miles Turner was pushed off his spot at every opportunity by Cat.
And Jay Williams isn't a big guy, right? He's not like a monster.
Not a monster, sizable.
6'6".
He's a good sized wing. He's like
SPJ
a 6'7", 6'8" wing.
So he's tall as fuck.
He's tall. He just doesn't look tall on the court because there's Chet and other 7-footers around.
Right. Well, I'm asking because Siakam's the only big guy that I could think of on the Pacers. Who else is a big body on that team? Because Miles Turner, right, are the 2 big guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm just trying to think of who's going to be more aggressive down low? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like that's going to make a difference as well.
The home
I
team is
honestly think
from
Andy,
Ali.
because you bring that up, I think that's going to be a spot where the Pacers have a little bit of the advantage. I know that the Thunder are a very greedy team and a very strong team, but a guy like Pascal Siakam is going to present some problems for a guy like Chet Holmgren playing in his first finals. Like Siakam is a guy who great footwork, great work on the glass, and he's smart. He's in that sense.
He
Chet
torched
is really
prime
good.
Draymond.
Exactly. We kind of saw that with Julius Randle when he had those big games in that last series. It's because he was outplaying Chet mentally on the offensive glass, on the defensive side, and the effort was
Except on Wednesday.
Siakam, on the other hand, is a guy that is playing like that 100% of the time, in my opinion, whereas Julius Randle doesn't come with that intensity all the time. And then on top of that, I think Miles Turner is set for, I wouldn't say like a breakout series where he's going to be like a finals MVP, but compared to what he's been through the postseason, he just had to guard Karl Anthony Towns and then deal with Mitchell Robinson on the offensive glass. Probably the toughest matchup that he's seen. And then before that, he had Jared Allen and Evan Mobley to tend with. Right now, he has Ihart, a guy who is really not going to put pressure on him defensively or make him guard him just because Ihart doesn't get the shots. I think his offensive game is going to come out a little bit, especially with the amount of wide open threes the Thunder have been giving up in the postseason.
Other than Siakam, is this everybody else's first finals? Like, I can't think
of Caruso. He's won a finals with the Lakers in 2020 in the bubble.
But that's like it, right?
And Rick Carlisle's been to the finals twice.
I just meant players. But when you said that, I was like, when you were like, it was his first finals, I was like, Siakam's been to the finals and won. And I'm like, is this like a first finals where like not really anybody's ever even made it there?
Yeah, sure. The Thunder never made it to the finals of the franchise.
Which I thought they did with KD.
No, they did once. Sorry.
They did? Okay, yeah.
KD. These are the narratives that I think that's awesome to talk about because because there's so many people that have been ragging about the finals are going to be lame because it's two small market teams and blah blah blah. And it's like if you've been watching these teams since January, like we said, these have been the two best teams in both conferences. You got the MVP, you've got the guy who everybody called overrated but isn't overrated at all. You've got a guy who has won a championship before in Pascal Siakam. But like you said too, which is a great point. You've got a bunch of guys that are going to win their first championship in this situation in the NBA. We're not going to have the stupid repeats of people winning championships. I know for you guys, it would have been nice to have a little repeat, but we're going to get some new blood injected into the NBA of winners and championship pedigree, which creates and some Canadian.
No matter what, there's going to be two Canadian champions walking away from this because there's two on each side, and there's only two players from Montreal in the NBA, and there's one on each side. So this is going to be a lot of fucking fun. Even Canada's buzzing. I know the Oilers are taking all the headlines, but people are excited for this finals as well.
The lamest, laziest take was that we want superstars in the NBA finals. We have superstars in the NBA finals currently. You just want these same old heads that you grew up watching. Grow up, the NBA's grown up, and we're watching it thrive right in front of our eyes.
Jalen Williams was all defense and an all-star. There's 4 superstars in this.
There's superstars. Absolutely.
The game's just better be close. That's all I'm going to say.
That's all we can hope for. One point on Spicy P to bring up, and then we've all got best we're going to talk about that we actually have stuff on. Because I looked at this and I was thinking about betting it, but like you guys said, what is the one thing we've talked about all season long with the Thunder that's their only quote-unquote Achilles heel? Rebounding the basketball and second chance points that are allowed because of that. Spicy P had 9 and 10 rebounds in both matchups against this team earlier this season. Now, both of those games were without Chet, so there is that added caveat in this situation. But I don't think that's going to matter. I think that Siakam's going to hit them on the glass and hit them hard on the glass. I like the 6.5 for plus 100. I like the PR too because I do think he's going to bring in that championship pedigree and be kind of a consistent scorer for them throughout this whole series, but also probably opening the series in game 1 as well. So the PR is a nice number. Love the rebounds at plus money. I like the sprinkle as well, going up to 8, 9, maybe even 10, a little double in there. So I like Siakam in this game. I think that you guys talked about kind of the angles as to how or why you should take him or something in those regards. But I think the rebounds or the PR is probably the best way to do it from a prop perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I think they're going to present some problems. Guys like him, Obi and Aaron Naismith, I think they're going to get some valuable minutes here on the offensive glass because you have to put pressure on them where they're weak. You can't continuously play your game. You have to find the opponent's weakness, and that's exactly it.
Yep. I'll talk about the first prop that I have, and I'm sure you guys got some props you want to mention too. We're all in agreement, maybe in Z not so much, but we all like the Pacers plus 9.5 chat. So do with that information what you will. See what happens there.
Fade it. Just fade it.
There you go. Well, but again, Chad, if you're gonna fade it, my arm twist to you would be just ladder the Thunder up to 25, because I really think if they're gonna win by big, or they're gonna win big and cover. So my first bet in the prop department is I'll kind of stayed away from a little bit of chalk here, but I'm going with Andrew Nembhard over 19.5 PRA. He just finished off that Knicks series with 14, 3, and 8. The RA is a fantastic play too if you'd rather go that route, but I don't want to ignore the scoring. In the last 2 games against the Thunder, both being this season, one of them in Oklahoma City and the other one at home, he had 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 7 assists. And then in the game before right after Christmas Day, he had 23, 9, and 7 in that game. So love the value we're getting on his PRA. Obviously, it's his first finals. There's going to be some jitters, I'm sure, but he's going to have the ball in his hands a lot, especially when him and Hallie kind of play that guard to guard. It's at the top of the key, passing it back and forth between each other. And sometimes Nembhard just becomes the one, and then Tyrese can kind of run off down screens and stuff like that too for this offense. So I like the PRA a lot at 19.5. You can take the point straight if you'd rather, or you could take the RA straight, but I wanted to lump them all together and take the PRA. So give me Nimby over 19.5, the Canadian kid, to get us rocking and rolling.
I love that SPJ. And just to build off of that, another guard for this Pacers team I'm looking at, Halliburton. His line is currently, you can get it at 16.5 for minus 130. Now, usually I don't like to pay that much juice, but a line at 16.5 for a starting point guard in this matchup really feels nice to me. I'm taking the over 16.5. Halliburton has been fantastic on the road in the postseason so far, averaging 19.5 points per game, shooting 51% from the field, 41% from beyond the arc. And if you look at his 6 of his last 7, his game ones on the road, he has been fantastic. He scored well against the Bucks, against the Cavaliers. He knows what goes into winning a road game. This Pacers team feels like they've maybe got more experience than they really do because of their run last season. When a team gets that close and you're within a few games of the NBA Finals, it really does something to you. This Thunder team playing in the conference finals was already as far as they've ever played. You know what I mean? Now they're playing even farther than that. They're coming into their first ever NBA Finals game as a squad. It's on at home in front of their home crowd. Obviously, you think they're going to be comfortable, but I really think this Pacers team has thrived on the road this postseason, and they play even better. I think Halliburton over 16.5 is a solid look, and it's something I've tapped into maybe for 2 units.
Ooh, right now. He had a really struggle. He struggled in the 2 matchups against this team previously because also we can talk about this maybe from a how you guys think this game's going to go, maybe the series. I highly doubt that we are going to see the Oklahoma City Thunder allow Halliburton to walk the ball up the court or carry the ball up the court and push the tempo and push the pace. I'm assuming that Caruso and or Lou Dort are going to be in his hip pocket from
in his ass.
He's going to be in that ass, in line to in line. I don't see a way that they let that guy have a free run to be able to run up the side and to carry the ball and push the tempo like he did in that Knicks series at certain portions of that one. I highly doubt that's going to happen. Do you think that's going to affect Halliburton's overall performance in this series, or do you think that's going to give them even more opportunity to maybe get Dort and Caruso into foul trouble?
Honestly, I think it's going to be a little bit of maybe a little bit of both, right? In Oklahoma City, I don't necessarily think he's going to get the whistle that he wants. But the thing for me is this Oklahoma City team gives up a lot of wide open threes. And like Slook talked about, the ball moves a lot with this team. So Rick Carlisle, if there was anybody to make that switch or make the change or make the adjustment, it's a guy like Rick Carlisle. It's a guy who has another point guard on the floor in Andrew Nembhard, a guy who can bring up the ball in Pascal Siakam. And Siakam is also going to be applying pressure. I don't think you want Chet guarding Siakam for a majority of this game, or even J-Dub. I think Caruso and those guys are going to see a significant portion of time just because of the strength that Siakam brings down on the low block. And this is not a Pacers team that you're going to force into taking a lot of wide open threes. They love to take wide open threes. They rank 3rd in the NBA postseason, 4th in the regular season. And the thing that they do is hit their wide open shots. Oklahoma City has done a great job of allowing bad 3-point shooting teams to take wide open shots, but that is not this Pacers team. Siakam has shot well from beyond the arc. Halliburton shooting well. Nembhard, Naismith, they have some And if the Thunder are going to continuously leave them wide open on the perimeter, it's going to be another spot where I don't think they're going to have a good time.
The books are fucking with this guy's Wi-Fi.
Yeah, the books don't want you guys to hear what he has to say. Or NZ's doing some magic because he doesn't like listening to BE.
But
No,
just
I'm not. Just sitting there.
Just to wrap it up, a couple of threes props because I said it. Miles Turner over 1.5 minus 106.
Yeah.
Tyrese Halliburton over 2.5 for plus 100. Nemhard you can get for plus money at 1.5. Naismith minus 160, playable number for a parlay. Don't eat the juice there. But this is a team that loves that wide open three that cycles the ball. That's going to move a lot. And Halliburton's no different. He doesn't need the ball in his hands all the time, but he does thrive when he gets the ball.
First and pull up threes, so that's like just walking it up and taking that shot. And they've also hit 214 threes in the postseason on 40% shooting, both marks first.
That's how they got into the finals right there. To swing and talk about the other side, talk about the Thunder. Now, chat, you can totally take the PRA if you would like, but I am taking SGA for his over 12.5 rebounds and assists. I got minus 125 on this line. Obviously closed out that Minnesota series with 8 and 7 and then 10 and 9, almost having that triple double from the rebound and the assist department. But he's hit this in 3 straight games against Indiana. Had that one game before the day after Christmas, had 7 boards and 8 assists, and then the game at the end of March, set 8 assists and 7 boards. Same. I think that he can score too. So if you want to take the PRA, feel free to do so. But I really like the rebounds and assists at 12.5. Austin, I think you mentioned this earlier this week when we were gabbing about this game. And I liked it in after we talked about it because I really like that angle. I like the PRA too if you want to go that route, like I mentioned, just because it's Shea. Like he's going to have the ball in his hands a lot. He's going to want to score. He's had great success against this team over the last couple matchups. It's game 1 of the finals. I could see him coming out and wanting to set the tempo early, get to the line, get to his spots and make some shots. But maybe the Pacers have a really good defensive game plan for him. And that kind of allows him, I don't know if they like box and one him or kind of figure out ways to get the ball out of his hands a little bit more. And then that will obviously allow for a lot of facilitating opportunities. And then last point, because the Pacers like to run, like you said, Sook, at the highest of paces, that's going to allow for a lot of rebounding opportunities for guards in this series. So Jalen Williams and also SGA are going to be in some good rebounding spots. So I'm going to snipe this line early in this series and hope I get a repeat performance in game 1 like we saw in this matchup previously at 12.5.
I love this SPJ, and you taking the RA makes me feel greedy now because my next play on the Thunder side was Shea over 7.5 assists for plus 130. You can get this lineup plus money. I think you can find better lines, not on any apps available to me, but plus 130 for 8+ assists. This is also a line he's hitting through 2 back-to-back games against this Pacers team. And if you go back in the postseason, in 6 of their last 7 home games, he has hit this line, flirting with double-doubles almost every single night against Denver and against Minnesota in the conference finals. The reason I leave out the Memphis series is because all of those games were pretty much blowouts where they didn't really play late in those ones. But if you're looking at games where they are good games, they're entertaining games, he hits this line consistently. The Oklahoma City Thunder are averaging 123.3 points per game at home, but just 109 on the road. Shea is going to be a majority of the points, both through scoring and facilitating, and he's done a great job, I think, in the postseason of elevating that side of his game. And you can see it in the potentials. He's had like 14, 15 potential assists in the last 5 to 6 games, and I think it translates once again here.
Yeah, I love that. I didn't want to remove the rebounding opportunities because of how well he does do on the glass against this team. But yeah, I love the assist too for the plus money.
I honestly didn't look at the R. I saw the assist at plus money, and then I settled there. That's what I mean. I'm greedy. I'm greedy.
I don't think you have to be scared of anything, Shea. Even if you don't like the RA or the assists, you can take the points. The Pacers are 15th out of the 16 playoff teams in opponent free throw rate. They foul. And who leads the charge fouling? Aaron Nesmith. He leads all the NBA, averaging 4.9 fouls per 36 minutes. He actually missed the second game against the Pacers, so he hasn't had a lot of minutes. Either Nembhard or Nesmith will be the primary defender on Shea, and the masturbator, the free throw merchant, whatever you want to call him, he's going to have 3 guys that are his primary defenders that fucking foul a lot.
And these are all 4 guys that play on the Canadian national team, not Naismith, but the 4 Canadians. These are all like, I know Jamal Murray didn't play on the national team last year, but these guys all just played for the FIBA team.
No, he did. That's why they hate him.
Oh.
They hate him because he played. He
should have just sat out.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yes, yeah, I looked at SGA's points too, just because as we've talked about a lot, he has had 2 great games against this team this season. Let's go, Ron. Can't wait to hear it in the morning on Talk Your Talk. Let's go. I mean, 33.5, though, is incredibly high for an NBA Finals Game 1. Could he come out and have a 35 piece to set the tempo? Absolutely. We've seen it so many times. But 33.5 is so fucking high, man, for a point prop to start a series.
Yeah,
but
I ain't
see it. No. So I went the
Yeah.
RA. Watch him have 40. Easy. Okay. We've kind of talked about sides. We talked about some props. We talked about a bunch of different things that we like in this series, kind of how we think it's going to match up. We kind of gave you guys all of our opinions on maybe a prop or a spread that we'd like to take. Before we start cooking our parlay that we want to do, who wins this game? If you had to take it, if you had to take a money line, I know just ignore the odds, obviously, because the Pacers are incredibly juiced on the money line. Who do you think wins this game tonight?
Pacers.
Pacers.
Yeah,
Sauce.
I think the Pacers
Okay.
come out, win game 1, man. This is a team that's been here before, that's done it on the road, and I think they're fully capable of winning game 1 tonight.
All
Interesting.
right, Sirs from Sauce Man. Sook.
So they're 29-1 against the East, and in over the last 50 years, they're like only 11 times has this happened where it's this highly favored. One time did one team overcome everything and win. The
And it was the
2004
Celtics.
Detroit Pistons. No, NZ, keep listening. That was
Okay.
a complete team, a complete starting 5, a team that caught fire trading for Rasheed Wallace deep into the season. They didn't trade the Pacers, but they got a lot better. Something clicked in the second half of the season. I don't think they can win this series, but I think that a lot of people are going to be surprised with how good the Pacers play. And I am taking that. I have the Pacers money line in parlays, just saying.
So you think the Pacers win too? Okay.
I think they have a chance.
Got there. Yeah.
Are you going to use that
NZ?
early cash out bullshit though?
Probably.
If they go up by a certain amount or whatever.
Yeah.
It automatically
Yeah.
happens, so he doesn't even have to take it.
Shit is crazy. I think OKC takes game 1.
Yeah.
I won't go into like, I think they win game 1 at home. I mean, they with that record, I mean, shit, it's hard to go against it.
Do you think they
I
cover?
mean, I remember that. I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know. I feel where SPJ is coming from, where it's like this is either going to be a close game or an OKC blowout. Like there's no the Pacers are going to blow them out, or it's like either the Pacers are going to stay close and make it a game, but OKC is still going to win, or OKC is just going to fucking take it to the moon. So I lean OKC as it is, anyways. But I mean, anybody know their home record off the top of their head? I'm sure you guys know it. No,
The
during the year.
Thunder.
Yeah, where they've.
It's
very
really good. It's really good.
It's
But
good
they did
at
lose
home.
game 1 to the Denver Nuggets in the second round.
That's a former championship team with one of the best players in the world on their team. Pacers don't have that.
Hey, Siakam is
Siakam.
a former champ.
Siakam's not Jokic, though. You know what I'm saying? And Siakam's missing all the people he won that championship with, i.e. Kawhi Leonard.
He's still got like a lot of playoff wins under his belt. He's a seasoned vet.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
And he's got the
I-
under by 100,
I'm a-
apparently.
No,
I'm
not
on the
by 100.
Pacers.
I just think they win. Not by 100.
I'm on the
If
Pacers.
they do, your phone's going to be going off, my friend. So you better shut that shit off.
Block.
I'm on the Pacers to cover. I would not be surprised whatsoever if the Pacers win this game, but I do think the Thunder win game 1. I'd be not surprised either way, to be very honest. I think the line's a little bit weird, but it's because the Thunder have been amazing at home, and I think that even Vegas is kind of misrepresenting what the Pacers have done, so kind of disrespecting them a little bit with this line. I would not be surprised either way if either team wins. I'm probably going to end up tapping some chump chains on the Thunder minus by 25, just because I'm going to be pissed off if I've said it 4 times today and haven't bet
Sure.
it. Cover both sides. But
You got to build a
It's good.
parlay with like Neesmith fouls, Pacers under, SGA points.
Something just
chat, there you go. You just got to tease into producer Sook's random parlay that he's going to send us later. That's going to smack that needs somebody to throw the ball in the stands.
Yeah, he's gonna come in here and be like, Andrew Nemhard, please turn the ball over.
Yeah.
Probably, honestly, man, both. Maybe sprinkle on both, because I think if they because as NZ said, and we've seen this with this team a bunch, they don't stop. If they're
No.
winning, they're gonna fucking keep, because they also, you don't want to have the luxury of being up 25 with 5 minutes left, because Mark Dagnall's not going to pull those guys out, because he's seen what the Pacers have done. They've
Yeah.
made 25-point leads go and turn into
Right.
nothing in
Right,
2.5 minutes. So they're going to want to go, we got to win. If we're going to win this game, we got to win by 40. No,
I mean, this
no
is the
doubt
finals,
about it.
right? No sitting people. This is it. Balls to the wall,
Mhm.
right? Like,
Yep.
obviously guys are going to sit a few minutes, but, there's no reason for everybody to
it.
not be playing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we have to keep reminding ourselves that this Thunder team, 68 wins is historic, especially with your third best player playing 32 games. Yeah, I bet the Pacers, but I'm the one that a month ago said there's a very good chance that the Thunder sweep whoever they meet in the finals. Chef's been talking about them winning the championship since before game 1 tipped off in the regular season. So, yeah, we're all saying Pacers except for NZ, but the Thunder are a fucking historical team.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you have the spread.
Yeah, the spread.
Yeah.
Right, chat. Now we're about to get into the nitty gritty. We're going to cook, and let's be smart about this, guys, because I feel like we could all talked about some good angles in this, and we can really put together a very hittable SGP here. So chat, drop what you guys like of either the things we've talked about or something that you guys might have that we haven't even talked about, because there's a lot of angles for this game. I just hope that we get a good series, even if it's a 5 or 6 game series. I hope that we get, or even 4, obviously. I just hope that there are some incredible matchups in this series, and we don't have people that go, see, it was such a shitty finals, we just had it be me. Yeah, you included. I hope we get some bangers, and I hope it starts tonight in game 1. Okay, how do we want to start this off, lads? What do we want to do here?
Wait, I'll take that back. I'm not going to say it's a shitty finals because of the teams. I just shit on the product that the NBA puts out. So if we end up seeing 5 or 6 games where the team wins by 15, 20 points every game, it's like, come on. Like, granted, is every NHL game going to go the way it did last night? No, not every game's going to be like that.
Every single NBA hater should just watch the Pacers, because the Pacers are the best basketball you can turn on. They play 1 minute to 48 minutes. Clock runs 0. They're not done till that clock hits 000s, 40s, whatever the clock says. That, like, seriously, NZ, like, the Pacers are the one team that can fight this notion that the NBA is just blowouts.
Well, listen, the man above me there, that's kind of funny. The man above me, he's the man above. Like you said, they had 3 historical comebacks within, was it less than a minute or within a minute and a half? They were down by 4 or 5 possessions plus or something like that, somewhere between 8 and 12 points each game, roughly. And they managed to pull out the win. So can't count them out. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Just to answer this question real quick from Hakeem, which I love that name. We gabbed about this a little bit earlier this week, and then we'll cook the parlay and we'll get out of here and let you guys enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening, because this game starts here, chat, in the next hour and 15 minutes, or hour and a half, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
The total, it's a 230-point total. It has not budged. It stayed at 230. I think I was 230 and a half maybe earlier this week, Sook, when we were talking about this.
Yeah.
High total for a game 1 of the NBA Finals. This, I think, I didn't look this up, and I should have, since we talked about it last time. I want to say that this is the highest total we've seen the entire NBA playoffs. Maybe we've had one in like the 131 or 130 or 231.
Some of the Pacers ones,
but this one
Pacers,
is definitely
maybe.
up there.
Yeah,
and Memphis games,
maybe, yeah, but definitely up there, top 5 for sure.
Oh yeah,
and it's game 1 of the NBA Finals. You guys got any thoughts? You guys lean over, lean under? What's the thinking here with these 2 teams?
My gut says if you like the Thunder, then take the under. If you like the Pacers, then take the over, because I've said this 10,000 times. They make you play Pacer basketball. You're going to be running up and down scoring all the time.
Yeah, I like the over. I think there's going to be points. This is an OKC team that does a good job of getting to the line, right, as a whole. And that's 3 points for this team that shoots well over 80% as a team. And you have you're led by your star in Shai Gilgeous, who does a great job of hitting his free throws. And on the other side, a team that hits their wide open threes, a team that's been great on the perimeter. And yes, both teams have been great defensively, but I would definitely say both teams hang their hats on the offense that they can bring up and the fact that they can both put up 130 points on any given night.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to lie. I hate the total. Absolutely hate it. I think I could very much so see 250 points in this game. Like you just said, V, I lean that direction as well, but this is the game 1 of the NBA Finals. We could also see this game not even getting close to 100 points. If it turns into a little bit more of a defensive juggernaut, if guys aren't making shots because it's NBA Finals game 1. I got no read on the total. I don't like that number. I think that it's just if you gave me a unit and you told me to bet it on something, I'd take the over just for the points aspect of things. But it's just so interesting to see such a high
If you
total.
gave me a unit, I'd bet something else.
Yes, that's also true. There's so many other things I think that are better in this game from a market perspective than the total. But just to answer your question, Hakreem, I hope that helps you out. It seems like you lean with the under. Chad, I'm sure, has some thoughts on whether they lean over or under. But oh wow, Turner dunks tonight, over or under? What's the
That's
line?
market.
I think if it's one, I think the over.
Over a half?
Yeah, if it's over a half, I think I would take that over.
I don't hate that. On a little fast break, maybe, or Halliburton dishing it to him down low.
Or there's an offensive rebound going back up with it. You know what I mean? Something like that.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Okay, let's cook. Chat, we're gonna cook a parlay. We'll figure it out. We're gonna post it on the timeline if you want to ride this SGP with us. And let's have some fun for how we want to do things here. Where you guys want to start? We talked about a lot of different things.
I would be down to throw Shea RA in there. Start there because I like the assist. You like the RA. Let's not be greedy. Let's take the RA.
You guys down for Shea RA?
Yeah. 12.5.
Sure. 12.5. Okay. Shea RA. I'd say let's avoid. Should we just avoid sides and totals and just stick to props?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, if it's one dunk mixing Margiela, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one dunk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. So okay, we got Shea.
We have Shea.
How'd you guys feel about Halliburton points? You guys think that's a top spot?
I'm scared, bro. Not gonna lie.
Weirdly, I've been playing his PR when I don't know how he's gonna play, and he usually hits, and he has a good hit rate on the road as well with this PR. I don't know. The points scare me. We've seen it. He takes one shot, doesn't really hit the rim, and then he doesn't shoot again for a whole quarter.
For a while, it's very frustrating. Should we go with Nemhard PRA?
I like that. Siakam boards too, that you guys were talking about. I'd like you guys to look on that.
Should we take the Siakam boards look, or should we take the PR look?
I like that too.
Both. I like both. We can take either.
Yeah, it's 12.5, Measy. I feel like with the finals,
for 2 threes?
Oh, I don't know about that. I think we take the. Do we take the PR? Chat, you guys decide. PR or rebounds for Siakam? God, only rebounds. But I think they maybe rely on him also for scoring in this game because he has been here before a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But he hasn't had good games against them. His scoring the basketball.
No.
Padge says PR. 25.5. Let's take the PR.
25.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's take the PR. So
you need the Thunder like now.
I put this in my little auto I posted earlier today. I didn't talk about this, but I really like Caruso's PRA 13.5. I didn't bet it straight. I just kind of put it in a parlay. I think he's going to have a lot to do with this game. Only guy on this roster that has any finals experience. They've been leaning on him quite a bit, obviously, with his defensive prowess, but he's been scoring pretty well. I think the Pacers are going to also kind of leave him alone offensively because they got to worry about so many other things. So I like his 13.5 PRA. It's been hitting pretty consistently throughout the playoffs, too. He's not going to be like a sore situation. Mm-hmm. You're just going to look up. He's going to have a couple boards. His rebounds is nice, too. It's 2.5. He's had 5+ rebounds in 5 straight games against the Pacers, dating back to when he was with the Bulls. And then the one game he played against them as a member of the Thunder. So I like the rebounds from Caruso, and I like the PRA as a straight. I just forgot to mention that. Just throw that out there. We don't have to put that in here. It was just to say that. I
think I don't know. What if we capped it with Caruso and then iHeart either RA or PR? It prints against bad rebounding teams. And I'm telling you, we saw Turner get moved around a lot.
So what's your read on iHeart? Because I know you said that, and I looked at his stats against this team, and dude, it's like he forgets how to play basketball when he plays against the Pacers. Like, what's up with that? Why do you like this matchup so much?
It's more of like a numbers thing because just like you're saying, his numbers are bad because they make him run around a lot. But I just think that if the Thunder do slow this game down, that he's the biggest, most physical guy in the front court when you look at all the 4 starters.
Okay.
That's just my read, that he's the biggest, burliest dude out there. It's like that day that I wanted to play Franz Wagner rebounds, and you said, what's the read? And I said he's tall.
He's tall.
He's tall. See, my opinion in this situation is that's a great straight bet. I don't want to put it on our parlay though, because I want to see that happen in game one. Just because, again, I was like, oh, iHeart's probably in a great matchup with how bad these guys are rebounding the basketball, and I looked at it and I was like, he just took fucking games off against this team. He has like no stats against them basically when they play. So that is truly from your plums, and you know what's going to happen. He's probably going to have a double-double now.
Or he's going to be running around in circles like you're afraid of.
It's the Super Bowl, man. Remember.
Exactly. Leave it all out there. All right, so we need one more Thunder leg then. We didn't really talk about J-Dub at all. He had 2 really poor games against the Pacers in the regular season, but he's been awesome all playoffs long. Do we think that J-Dub comes out and
X Factor is Chet being back now? Just wait till Wednesday next week.
I have it circled.
Hump day Chet, big hump day guy.
The first thing I checked was, is there a game on Wednesday when I was writing the preview piece? I was like, if there's a game on Wednesday, we're going to talk about it.
Big hump day guy.
But yeah, I could get down with a little bit of J-Dub. The Caruso look was kind of saucy too. 13.5 PRA. I mean, some points in transition off of a steal, off a turnover, something like that.
I got no problem putting Caruso in here.
Yeah.
If you guys like it, I'm down. He's going to play. They need his defense out there. They like the way he plays, obviously, and I think that he's good for a couple buckets, like you mentioned. So I'm down if you guys are in. 13.5.
PRA?
Yeah.
13.5. Let's do it.
I'm with it.
All right, so we got SGA over 12.5 RA, Nimhard over 19.5 PRA, Spicy P over 25.5 PR, and Alex Caruso over 13.5 PRA. You know what's funny? This is literally the lotto that I posted, except like the regular version, because I just laddered all 4 of these props, the exact ones, like up 2 spots. I'm not opposed to double dipping on
Inception does.
Yeah, on accident. But you guys chose a lot of them yourself, so.
Somebody spin a top. See what happens.
See if it stays in place. I'm down to change something if you guys want, but if you guys like it, we can roll with it.
No, I like this. I like this a lot. We got here organically. I'm just fucking with you.
That's what you think. That's what I want you to think. No organicness around here. All right, so SGA. Yeah, I'm down. SGA over 12.5 RA, Nimhard over 19.5 PRA, Siakam over 25.5 PR, and then Alex Caruso over 13.5 PRA, plus 829, depending on where you shop. Plus 829. Happy?
Happy.
All right. NZ? Down to ride?
No.
NZ was low do that thing I do where he's locking in parlays.
I was, yes. I was locking some stuff in. I was locking some more lady plays in. I was listening, but I have no real input here. I don't want to give a pick because I don't want to blow the lay. And honestly, I don't like game ones. I'll be honest, I'm sitting here looking at stuff and I'm looking at some stats and stuff. And I looked at Halliburton steals. It looked like a decent play. He crushed it in every game against the Knicks, but he didn't steal the ball once against Cleveland. So it's like, all right, what is he going to do against these guys? Kind of need to feel it out, sort of thing. So I don't know. That's why that night I'm just not that confident. I'm in my knowledge of the I was going to say the W of the MNBA, as our friend Colby would say.
You're very confident of your knowledge of the W.
A little bit more than this, that's for sure. Yes.
Yeah.
WNZBA.
Okay, so I got a fun idea for our lotto today, and then we're going to cap the show and send you guys off and let you enjoy your Thursday night and enjoy game one.
I think I got to dip. The whole world's about to end over here.
Okay. Before you leave, one lotto leg in the WNBA. One.
What was it? One lotto play for the WNBA?
From the dub, yep.
Give me 2 minutes to think.
That was awesome.
You can say hi.
Oh my god!
We'll take it. So he can say hi to his family. I was thinking we do two legs from the dub and 2 legs from the NBA game. It's like a little lotto. Do it that way. Or we could take even something from your MLB. Do you like Wood to go yard or 3 bases even? You could mix and match it all.
Just because I've been having a nice day on the diamond, I don't want to jinx it with this last play. Let's not force it in there. We got plenty in the just in terms of hoops. Let's keep it all hoops.
Okay. All right. No, he's coming. I can see him looking, but he's got two. He's got. Look at this. Everybody say hi.
That was adorable.
That was really cute.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
Do you guys? I really like Stewie's assists. I like the 4
Okay.
for a little ladder.
Mhm.
Yes. What you got?
Sabrina 4 threes plus 200.
Ooh,
Down.
Spicy. I love a good threes prop, NZ.
Just double checking the odds. Plus 154. What I was looking at was older, but I mean it's not lotto, but I can still look for another play if you want.
I mean, if we're going 4 legs, that feels nice.
Dude.
Yeah.
Totally fine. That's totally fine. We could also take her. I mean, we could take her 20 points, dude. It's plus 140.
Oh, I thought I was on mute. You guys like the points better?
I don't care. It's your
Hot
your
from
call.
three.
I like threes because I like threes.
I mean, she's just been hot. Her points are just like freaking hills and valleys. Right now, she's been a little bit more consistent with the threes. That was why I leaned the threes, and I also know that I saw her line was at 3 and not 4. So I was like, all right, we're gonna get some plus money for 4, and the whatchamacallit, the volume's there too.
I'll take the threes.
Let's take the threes. We'll take 4 threes. We'll do 4 assists from Stewie. Actually, can we do 5? We can't do 5.
No alts yet, right?
No, unfortunately not. I don't want to take 6 either.
The
I mean,
4's not
4 is
bad.
plus-
It's still plus
plus
money.
one- plus
There's still plus
112.
money. Let's get the NBA legs and then we can go from there. Because I think Shay's double is in play. If I'm being
I can
honest,
get down with that. What's the value in that?
that'll be decent. Like it's plus
Look
130
right
for 8
now.
assists.
Plus 240.
Mm-hmm.
That
Okay.
does nicely. I can get down with that. We could also
So-
ladder his RA.
With that, I like the double though. I do think he gets there.
Okay, let's take that.
Not
then. And then last-
Halliburton double.
That's not gonna. You're not gonna get any like. You get maybe like plus 110. I think.
Plus
Plus 135.
I mean, I'm down. I'm super down. Last
I
leg.
just see him doing it over Shy. I don't know why, or Shay. Sorry.
He's a better. Like he passes more. Like he's a more frequent passer. So I like definitely why we
What
get the
about
value.
Siakam double?
And
Plus
Stewie
500.
double and Thornton double. Okay, Skeet.
We could take Siakam for 8 boards. That is
Oh, that's a nice look.
So you
that's
double
plus-
better or the Siakam better?
Plus 182.
plus 182.
I mean, 8 boards is not a lot. to ask
I was just
for.
thinking that.
Let's take
And
the
he's
8
done
boards.
that. So Siakam 8 rebounds, SGA double, Sabrina 4 threes, Stewie 4 assists is plus 3170. That's pretty good.
That's not bad at all. 4 legs. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
Add in
nice.
TJ McConnell 10 points.
I didn't TJ McConnell's sister to be at the game.
You know,
Hey, is she playing tonight?
In Vsauce's show, she's out with an knee injury. She's gonna be out for like 5 games or something.
Let me
Oh,
live.
All right, I'm locking.
I'm not
this
getting
bad boy
lines
in.
for McConnell, so I'll just leave him out.
Yeah.
No, I was
that
just
wasn't
joking.
serious. That was not
Oh,
serious.
Oh. But he has scored 10 plus points in 3 of his last 5 matchups versus the Oklahoma City Thunder dating back to 2024.
I think he's in store for a good game.
I do too. I like his PRA. If you want to go that
Mhm.
route. All right, so Chad, if you want to ride this lotto, and then we're gonna tap this bad boy and let you guys go out and enjoy. Sabrina 4 threes, Breanna Stewart 4 assists, SGA double, Pascal Siakam 8 rebounds. Bing bong bang. You can do it that way, Owen, if you want for the 10 assists, but he can get 10 rebounds. So if you do the double, you're buying yourself a little bit of cushion, but you can take the 10 assists. He does that more often. It's up to you.
Mm-hmm.
Plus
And this is just
3170.
for you, chat. Just for you guys hanging out with us. This is not going to hit the timeline until it's greened out.
Nope. Till it's greened out. All right. Producer Sook thought thought I forgot, but we didn't. We're doing a giveaway today, chat. So he's like,
Techies!
God damn it. Saucy 4 scrolling at the bottom of the screen if you want to write it out with us. If we smack the Saucy 4 today in honor of starting game 1 of the NBA Finals, we will be giving away a All Sauce Team hat, which he's usually wearing, but he's not today. He's wearing the hoodie. He's got him next to him, though. We'll be giving away one. Oh, he's throwing it on. Look at this, man. Bing bong. Let's go. We'll
Company
give
man.
away one of these Sauce Teams hat for you guys. So drop a dub in the Twitch chat one more time. Drop a dub. Dub.
Check.
Fine.
Tell him that
Zero
company
here.
guy. Big company guy.
Big company guy. Huge company guy. Big old
All
company
right.
guy. There we go. All right. You guys ready for the Duckies?
Count me down.
3, 2, 1. Quack, 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 quack.
Ooh, little limes and tequila.
Classic for Friday Junior, boys. Put the vibes
Austin's
up.
cooked.
Sorry, Austin. Austin, you still need to get in touch with me. Also, you won last time. Chat, we really appreciate you guys tuning in for the All Sauce team today for the NBA Finals Game 1 and talking some WNBA as well. Talking hoops. Love talking with you guys. Thanks for hanging out and chilling. Tim.
Oh,
Go, Tim. Congratulations. Let us know you are real. Drop a dub in the chat. Tim.
I'm sitting here going, Tim, are you a bot? And I'm on mute the whole time.
Timmy?
I've seen Tim in here all the time. Tim watches.
Yeah, Timmy?
Where you at, Tim?
I'll DM you.
He's not here. Fire.
Yeah,
Should I run
here.
it again?
All right, yeah.
Run it again. Oh, he's
There
there.
he
There
is. I told you.
Timmy.
Let's go, Timmy. Now we're hitting the late
Congratulations,
today,
Tim.
boys.
Yep, absolutely. Smacking the lay. If we smack the lay, you will go home with something from our store, that hat or something else. We'll DM you if we go home with a dub today. Guys, go out and enjoy Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Go check out bettingnews.com, like I said, for all the sports betting info, getting you ready for the finals in all the sports. Go check it out and get involved. Go follow all these lovely amigos on the timeline. You guys know the deal. Go follow Vsauce, go follow Just So, go follow NZ, go follow myself, and go follow all of us at Your Betting News. Playback. What you guys think? Chat was nice enough. You think they were nice enough?
That's always
I feel
nice
up at the
enough.
second half.
They were awfully
I'm
polite.
coming at 6, so I'm gonna miss probably a lot of it.
They were pretty nicey.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say. How about this, chat? We're not gonna guarantee. We will do quite a few games of the finals. We're not gonna guarantee it. I'm probably gonna end up doing it. So just have the noties on. We'll post about it on Twitter. And if you guys want to come watch with us, we will do so. But don't get sad if we're not doing Game 1. But we will do quite a few games. If you see us, you see us. If you don't, we'll catch you on the next one. We got a triple dip for you guys again tomorrow on the channel. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have Up Your Units in the morning with Shaggy and Mr. Colby Marcio, as you guys do, kicking off your Friday. Then directly following them, we'll have Talk Your Talk with me and producer Sook. And Sook and I are arguing tomorrow, chat. So if you want to tune in and watch us argue, then come and hang out with Talk Your Talk. I know we're gonna be bitching at each other. It's gonna be fun. And then
Actually bitching.
God,
Literally.
B and I should do that once. Oh, that would be fucking simple.
well, that'd be fun too. And as always, it's a chance for you guys to join in and talk your talk. So tune in at 12:30 Eastern for that tomorrow. And then in the evening, instead of normal Friday saucy activities, we're having Puckett tomorrow and for Game 2 of the NHL Stanley Cup Finals between the Oilers and the Panthers. Me and Gretzky Baskies will be giving you guys the moves on the ice to get you ready for Game 2. So give us a follow right here on Twitch, on YouTube, or on X, wherever you're watching us. We appreciate you guys. Boys, anything else before we get out of here?
Happy weekend, boys. Let's have a day.
Yeah, let's go W. OKC in 4.
Let's go.
Hey, there it is. There it is. You guys came for the winners and you stayed for the vibes. Have a fantastic Thursday night. Enjoy Game 1. We will see you guys on Sunday to talk all about Game 2. Take it easy, chat. Have a good night. Peace.
What you know about rolling down in the deep? Down in the deep.
Now I know y'all be loving this shit
What
right
you know
here.
about rolling, rolling, rolling.
What you gonna do?
Rolling, rolling.
What you gonna do?
Down in the rolling, rolling, rolling.
What you gonna do? Right, y'all be loving this shit.
What you know about